Well guys, we got Oscar Mayer with us here. We're gonna get some shit done. Huh, are you the boss, buddy? You gonna keep us all lined out? Well, it ain't gonna be much of a video, I don't think, but we'll see what happens. I'm rolling out here, way out here, to put finally the right throttle cable. I can't really blame him too much on this. I mean, I got in the JD parts catalog and I had a hell of a time finding it. Me and him both had to really do a lot of legwork to come up with the right one. I mean, they're going to 7810 on JD parts for the throttle cable, and you got to go into fuel and air. You don't go in the engine, you got to go into fuel and air, and there's about 3 different serial number breaks, and finally figured out which one it was. But yeah, it was a little tricky. Anyways, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go try to get this old girl running again. I gotta be honest with you, and I'm gonna be honest with my customer too. I'm probably gonna have to knock off about 4 hours of labor. That dirty son of a gun, man. It's one of those deals to where, well, I'll tell you what happened. So I put the transmission, put it back in that squeeze, and you know, put the engine in. This is the one with the Detroit. Bolted the bell housing all up, got that all done. Started rotating the crank around. I left the fan off so I could just, you know, put that 3/4 in the middle of the crank dampener there, and turn it over and go to each flex plate bolt hole and put them in. Well, I got to the last one and I dropped it down in the bell housing. And my God, man, I messed around, took that plug out of the bottom. Then I had this bright idea. I actually took the magnet off the bottom of my camera and stuck it to the flywheel, or to the, you know, to the actual flex plate. And I thought, you know, if it's close enough down there at the bottom, I'll just rotate that crank around. It should, you know, maybe it'll suck it up off the bottom and it'll bring it back around to the hole. Well, I rotated it around and I heard it click, and where I screwed up is I should have, as soon as I heard that bolt click onto the magnet, because it actually worked, my plan worked. What I should have done though was backed it back up and went counterclockwise and came back around to the hole. Well, I thought, well, you know, obviously it should just come on around. I just kept going clockwise with the crank, and then I heard another noise. Well, that was the magnet coming off the flex plate. So then it was stuck clear at the top. So I had to pull all them flex plate bolts back out, pull the transmission, pull the lines, pull the drive line, pull the transmission back out of it, just to get the magnet and the bolt out. Now, I wasn't so happy, but I just, you know, I just didn't want to take a chance of that damn bolt rattling around in there and get up against the ring gear, get in between the pinion gear on the starter and the ring gear, and tear the ring gear up, tear the starter up, or screw the torque converter up. You know, I got all these things run through your mind when this kind of stuff happens. So anyways, I got the bolt out of there, and I got the transmission back mounted up, flex plate bolts mounted up, and I'm gonna have to knock off about 4 hours worth of work. I mean, it ain't my customer's fault that I dropped the damn bolt. You know, most of the cars on the automotive side, if you drop a bolt down the bell housing, because I've done it before, you can get them right out the hole down at the bottom. They'll just fall down there and you just stick your finger right down to the bottom, grab it and pull it out of there. Or stick a magnet in the hole and pull it out. There was no way in hell. I tried everything you can imagine trying to get that dirty son of a gun out of there, and it just wasn't happening. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll see you guys when we get to the old 7810. Oscar Mayer, he's already, I know, he takes up the whole seat and he's the smallest dog, huh? Okay, here we are. My old greasy coveralls on. My buddy Pete there, he does the same thing I do over there on the other side of the basin there. He don't wear coveralls. I don't know how you could stand to do that. To me, you know, getting this, I mean, this is from this morning, rolling around underneath that squeeze. I don't know how the hell you could stand to do that in your pants and go home like that every night. It's nice taking these damn coveralls off and, you know, having some somewhat clean clothes underneath it. I couldn't do it, man. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I used to do it when I first went out on my own. I didn't have no money at all. And I think the first 4 or 5 months we just, well, you know that, no, I remember what we did. We went and bought an old piece of junk washing machine, and we're using our own. This is a linen service. It's $80 every 2 weeks. It's well worth it. Get my damn knee pads on, so I'm gonna have to be on my knees in that tractor for a while. All right. Yeah, I knew there was probably an issue because this old cable, see, it's got a spring on there that's incorporated into the housing on it, and the other one he sent me didn't, and I first thought, well, it's just an updated. Look at all the parts we've been changing on this thing. I put a new shroud in it. The shroud, see, this ear right here broke, and then this part of the overflow tank was sitting on the shroud and rubbed a hole in it. This poor old tractor. I know people are going, oh, what a pile. Yeah, it's, you go out here and work up this sagebrush. This is where you need a cat, you know. And this is rough country out here. This ain't farm ground in Nebraska that's been worked up, you know. Just flat ground. It's a little hard on stuff. Every area is not the same. Alright, so I gotta pull this C-clip off here. I was trying to make this one work to get them going, and that just wasn't happening. The stroke is, I mean, even with it collapsed all the way, still wouldn't choke up far enough to get it off. I gotta put that on too. Let's I've worked on this old tractor quite a bit over the years. Doing odds and ends with it. Never really had any huge problems really with it, as far as that goes. But we gotta pop this out of there. The screwdriver's got a little magnetic tip on it. It's kind of handy. I'm gonna pull that washer off of there. So if I don't pull it off, I'll lose it. I know me. Alright. Okay, now we gotta feed it back out of there. which wasn't too rough. Oscar, get over here, bud. Come on. Oscar, get over here, ding dong. Okay. Nuevo. Well, let's see here. It's got to be routed a certain way, or it just doesn't work very good at all, I've found. Okay, it's gonna go right in through there. I'm gonna have to push it in through the other way though. Alright, let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, that ought to be the trick right there. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. Come on, there's 3 side. I'll show you some tough. If you're wondering, that old saying comes from that movie Lonesome Dove. It had Robert Duvall in it and Tommy Lee Jones. I'll probably watched that movie 30 times over the years. I love that movie. My wife doesn't. She likes the movie, but she gets tired of. She doesn't like it when I watch it and refreshes my memory of all their sayings, because I love saying some of that shit. But alright, I gotta kinda. Let me see. I'm gonna get a pair of middle nose pliers or something. I wonder if I can. These little E-clips here can be a real pain in the ass sometimes. Get my ass to Lansville Valley and look at Bob Randall's Hitachi EX200 excavator. It's got pump problems or something going on with it, or control problems to the pump. Okay, I should have, darn it. Well, I'm not taking that back out of there. Darn it, I kind of hit my head in my asshole and need to route it through there, and I don't think I can go back far enough to get it through the hole. I'll just take a 9/16 and zip that off real quick. Damn it! That little pump sure is leaking pretty good, ain't it? Oh. Spacers and brackets and all kinds of shit going on here. Well, now I'll put that in there where it's supposed to go. A little heat shield I gotta put on this thing too. If you don't put your heat shields on these things, you can't neglect that on these. will screw up. It will screw up your cables, throttle cables and stuff. They'll get hot on you and they won't work anymore. That's what happened to this one. Alright. That's done. Now, this thing's kind of a little bit tricky. This spring went like that. Now let's see here. It's kind of a little tricky here. Just like that. Kind of a goofy deal, but that spring kind of doesn't make things very easy on a guy, I'll tell you that. Well, maybe I'll see if I can get it on there afterwards. I don't know if that's possible or not. Take that spring off and go up there maybe like that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put it on afterwards. Huh. What the hell's going on there? See that other one? That little washer on there? It didn't have that on the other one. Yeah, it wasn't even on there. And there's no way you're gonna get that spaced out with that washer on there. How about on the back side of it? Still ain't gonna, yeah, it's not gonna happen. I guess that washer's gonna, because it wasn't even on the old cable. I don't know why they'd stick it on this one, but Daisy's digging to China. Alright, so that's in there. Lot of adjustment here to do on this cable. I wonder if I got it. Okay, I had to grab that linkage and run that throttle back. So let's go out with it. I'm just not going to put the cotter pin in there yet because I want to start it. I want to start it and see what it does, if it's going to idle or not. I don't think it's going to. This spring is a goofy deal. Yeah, that spring is goofier than shit, I'll tell you that. When I took it apart, it was back behind the bracket. That's where it was. It was on that side of the bracket when I took this thing off of here. Now I got the lever and the cab all the way back to idle, and I'm clear out here, so I'm not going to have very much thread on there. If I go out there like that, that can't be right. About flush there. Just stop here and here. That's just going to change the idle there, though. I don't like that. Like being a pain in my ass. Get this goofy ass spring on here. Now, let's tighten this one up. Damn it. Still had it in reverse. How many times have you done that and go, shit? Especially when you've had one that you've trying to start a bolt or something that you've been fighting for 20 minutes. Finally get it started and put the impact on it and zip it right back out and go. That one's stripped. Alright guys, I gotta put the floor mat back in it, and this little heat shield right here. Where's Oscar at? Oscar! Oh, there you are, buddy. What are you doing? Mama said if you lose my winter dog, don't come home. Okay, this little thingy here, I think the bolt goes right through there. Oh yeah, that ought to be a blast. I think I'll take this off. Basically, it goes right where this clamp is right here. It's supposed to keep, you know, the heat off all these cables and all this stuff right here, so yeah. So, yeah, I need to take this bracket off of here so I can get in there a little easier and put that on. Okay, guys, that was, you can see the dust. That was the manager. Some guys don't like to be videoed, and I don't want them, you know, he don't mind me videoing this, but I don't know if they, I just don't, you know, if he don't want to be videoed, I'm not going to video him. So anyways, he helped me throw the hood on. I'm glad he showed up when he did. Okay, guys, it's fixed for now. Let's shut the door. I got the crew loaded up. We're gonna head out. Tomorrow's another day.